In the summer series, we talked about four-wheel drive camping and camping equipment, and we'd like to touch base on that now. So if you're planning a four-wheel drive camping trip over the Easter long weekend, well, this video is just for you travelers out there. And the most important thing is staying safe on the road whilst you are driving and not driving whilst tired. But we'll get to that at the conclusion of today's show. And when you are about to go on your planning on your camping trip, check to see whether the weather is good and the road conditions are good. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, so plan ahead. So you want to know what you're going to be in for. There's certain things, like if you're going to be driving in the snowy mountains, in certain weather conditions, you might need to put chains on your wheels, or let a little bit of air out of your wheels so it has more traction in certain rough rural tracks. But yeah, check the weather conditions so you know what you're in for. Plan your route and make sure that you've had enough sleep so you can get there.
And also know the depth of the river before you drive your four-wheel drive in there. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, so just grab a stick, stick it in, and see where the deepest part is, and then estimate whether you'll be able to get your car through. You don't want to get bogged. You don't want your car to fill up with water.
And make sure that you have your tools to change your tires with, and have a jack and a spare jack so that you can jack your vehicle up. Make sure that you've got plenty of spare wheel hubs to go on the wheels in case the hubs snap. And make sure that you service your car before you take it out in the terrain. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, the worst thing would be to break down in the middle of nowhere. So make sure that you lessen the chances of anything going wrong by making sure your car is in good nick before you embark on your journey.
So it's always very important to make sure that everything is working, like your fuel gauge, your brakes, your gearbox, your lights, and most importantly the oil and water, because you don't want to be overheating or anything like that. So book your four-wheel drive into your mechanic and get him to service it before taking it out on the rough terrain. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, right on, Baza. Make sure you've got a spare tire that's working. Make sure you've got a jack. Make sure you've got all of those things that you need. A bolt loosener for the jack, for the change your tire if you need to. What else do you need? A water supply if you're going really rural.
And you need plenty of tin food, and make sure that you do not carry fuel in a container. It is dangerous. Get a jerry can with a lid and store it properly. And another thing today we'd like to mention is roof racks for your surfboards if you plan to go surfing. So use your roof rack to put your surfboards on, and don't allow kids to ride on the roof rack either. Here's my offside.
That's a bit dangerous, riding on the roof racks. Sounds fun, but it's probably pretty dangerous.
So don't let your kid go pew off the roof.
Unless you don't like your kids very much and you want to get rid of them, don't
No.
put them on the roof racks.
Okay, now the important thing is too that make sure that you inform the national parks where you are when you are coming in and going out, because some places you need to book a camping site for all you campers out there. Here's my offsider.
Yeah. So lots of places, especially in the peak seasons, that could be booked out. So you don't want to drive to a place and have nowhere to sleep. So book ahead
And the most important thing, your camper trailer. Make sure that it is secure to your four-wheel drive. Here's my offsider.
yeah. So yeah, it's very dangerous for yourself and for everyone else on the road if your trailer falls off on a highway or something. Not to mention losing important things you need.
And also you must not take your trailer up very steep embankments. Take it off her and collect it later. Here's my offsider.
What was that? Sorry, going down steep embankments.
Never take your trailer up a steep embankment.
Yeah, that could be very risky business.
So
Even professional car drivers, like what the documentaries we've been watching about Barrington Tops, even they would struggle to do that. So it's just too dangerous. You never know what could happen. Your tires could lose traction, you slip back, and yeah.
and don't go into places where you are likely to get bogged either. So please have a good trip. Make sure you plan your trip well and have fun, and make sure you choose a good camping site and have a meeting with your mates at night over dinner and before you leave to go to your next destination. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, well, I think that's lots of good information about camping. Do you have a favourite spot that you would like to go? Like, you would love to go to Barrington Tops, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks so beautiful. A place that I used to go to Depot Beach a lot with my family. That's a great camping
Where's
spot on
that?
the East Coast. It's about 5 hours south of Sydney. 5 hours drive, and it's on the coastline. It's really beautiful.
So, again, have fun on the trip. Decrease the air in your tires if you are going on rough tracks. And get out of your car and have a look at how the steeper hill is, whether you are going up or going down. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, so it's important to not get out of your depth. So don't drive in places that are beyond your capabilities or beyond your car's capabilities. especially if you're by yourself, because you don't want to get stranded in the middle of nowhere.
And make sure that you have a first aid kit
Yes.
and a mobile phone, and make sure that
And a
you...
satellite phone if you're going to be out of reception.
Yes. And make sure that you have a spare supply of fuel, such as petrol or diesel. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, have a jerry can full of fuel, just in case.
And never let the children near the fuel.